Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. And today we're gonna look at my top 10 summer eyeshadow palettes. So here is the whole bunch of palettes that I've prepared for you and that I think are kind of like either summary in the color story or the theming or something about them just screams summer, or I know I'm gonna get a lot of uses out of them in summer. So these are the top 10 palettes, and I also will have 2 palettes as a honorable mention. So you're gonna see like 12 palettes in this video. So let's get right into it. Also, if this is your first time here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, I love colorful makeup, especially eyeshadows. Like eyeshadow palettes are my passion, and every 3 months I create these like seasonal top 10 eyeshadow palettes, and every 3 months I also come back with kind of like the review of this collection. So in a couple days or like 2 weeks, you're gonna see my spring palette collection roundup and like recap, where I'm gonna share with you how much I've used all of them, what I think about them, if I've noticed something about them, because some of them are like 2-3 years old. So if I've noticed any irregularities or that they're not really acting the way that I want them to, all of these things kind of like for me to realize how much I love them, if they really work the way that I remember them to, and just give you like a little bit more of an updated review on these. So if you're interested in that, it will come up not that far from now, and hopefully you'll enjoy that. So let's get right into it. We're gonna start with the number 10 because that's what I always do. Also, I'm sorry that some of these palettes are the same as in the spring eyeshadow palette collection, but I honestly don't have that many palettes. I mean, we're still under 40, I think, and most of my palettes are either Halloween themed or like autumn themed, because that's just where my heart is. That's what I love. I love spring and summer as well, and I love colorful poppy, like pastels and neons and like really bright colors. But I don't have that many palettes that would be catered towards that. Also, I don't really shop makeup in summer that much because I kind of need to like save up for the Halloween releases. So I'm not really good at buying makeup in the with the summer theming. Anyways, the palette number 10 is gonna be this Tinkerbell eyeshadow palette from Colourpop. This is the Colourpop Sprinkle a Little Magic. Mine is a little bit different, that you will see it on the website, because I swapped the entire first row. So this is a single shade from Colourpop. It's called Big Smiles, I believe. Let me actually check it. Ew. Yes, Big Smile. It's really pretty. Then this shade is the Royal Orb from Nomad Cosmetics. It's the multichrome, kind of greeny blue turquoisey color. And then this shade is a shade from Legend of Korra, and I think it's called Endgame. So this is from the Colourpop Legend of Korra. And I've put this palette here because I love greens. I think they're really fun, nice shades for like spring and summer. And also because this is my project pen palette for this year, I want to like create some pens and like swap some shades out and use some of them out and use some of them up. So this is just kind of for me. I usually, when I have these collections, I try to use them more in that season. So like for me, like putting the project pen palettes there kind of helps me to like use them up and like use them more. So that's why it's here, and I think this is very summer release. I think this was released in spring or summer. I haven't bought it when it launched. I got it like way after that. But yeah, I think this launched like either spring or summer. So I think it's very appropriate for that, and I do like these shades a lot. I love this shade. As you can see, like there's a huge pan. I think I'm gonna be able to use it up this year for sure. Like if no other shade, then this one definitely. And I love this matte green, which you can see also has like a huge dip in there. So this is gonna be number 10, and I've used this one. I've had this palette for like a year and a half now. I think I got it in autumn last year, like the year before, so it's gonna be 2 years in autumn this year, and I've been able to use this one 32 times, which is not that bad. Then another another Colourpop palette is The Legend of Korra. I got this last year. I think it was around this time. It was either May or June, because I think it was like right before the summer holiday, or like the summer break, or however it's called. So this is how she looks like. Mine is a little different. So this shade, this was the endgame shade from the previous palette, and instead I swapped it for Terra Moon's shade, and this is called Star Sign. Then what else is different? This shade called Balance. So I think there used to be a matte, kind of like neutral color, and I swapped it for this single like orange shade, also from Colourpop, and it's called Entangled. So yeah, my palette has like two little differences, but I do really like this one. It has those beautiful blues, especially like the pastel blue is wonderful for summer and spring. Then I love the yellows and the reds, like they're so pretty. So yeah, I really like this one, and obviously it has some green, so I think it's perfect palette for that. And yeah, by the way, I can't wait to get the little Legend of Korra collection. I'm filming this on the 31st, and I hope I'm gonna be able to edit it today and like upload it. I'm not gonna be able to buy the little cosmetics collection at the launch because I don't have money right now. I have to wait for my paycheck, which is gonna be in 2 weeks. So if it's not sold out in 2 weeks, I'm gonna buy. I definitely want all of the palettes, and I want the little bag. That's adorable. I don't know if I'm gonna get the eyeliners or and I'm definitely not gonna get the lipsticks because I don't really wear lipsticks that much. But I'm definitely getting all of the palettes because they look beautiful. They look so beautiful. So yeah, but we have this Legend of Korra palette, and I think it's great. And I've used that one 36 times so far. So, you know, in a year, I think that's also a really good number. Then number 8, we have the Nomad Cosmetics Ireland palette. This is a fairly new palette in my collection. I've had this since April. I think I got it in April, or it was in my April haul. I'm not completely sure, but yeah. I know I've already hauled this one, so... And I haven't filmed my May haul yet. So yeah, I've either got this in April or at the end of March. I do really love this color story. It's beautiful greens with a couple like golds and yellows thrown in there, and then like that little bit of bluish tones. Stunning, gorgeous, very natural color story, like very nature inspired color story. And I think I'm gonna get a lot of uses out of this in the summer. I'm already planning to take this on my summer vacation because greens are my neutrals, and I just, yeah, love them so much. And I've used this palette 9 times so far. I've been kind of hauling and like reviewing a lot of things lately, so I didn't have that much time to use her, but 9 times I've used all of the shades like 2 or 3 times, and I love that palette for like everyday looks. I love wearing it to work, and like, you know, when I don't have that much time in the morning and I still wanna have my fun makeup look. Then number 7, yes, number 7 is the Mighty Monster palette by Uden's Eye in collaboration with Annette Oberstadt from Annette's Makeup Corner. This is my favorite palette of the 3 because it's the most colorful and the most like vibrant and fun. This color story, it is kind of like end of summer, beginning of autumn for me. In some ways, like you have the beautiful like oceany blue shades, and then like the summery yellows, but then you also have like the browns, and like, you know, we're going into autumn with like purple and stuff. And I just thought that I could put it here. There's something about this that speaks like end of summer to me. And it's very vibrant and bright, you know, which I definitely associate with summer. And you have a lot of like solar inspired shades here. Like this is solar, what is it, solar burst, and you have like oceanic, which is also like very summery theme. So why not, right? I can do that, so I will do that. And I've used this one 8 times. Again, fairly new palette in my collection. A lot of these are kind of new in my collection because I don't want to repeat the same palettes all the time, and I think last year pretty much the entire spring collection was the same as the summer collection, or maybe there was like one palette difference, which I will link the previous year's collections as well, since we're already filming like second time this time around, because I started this channel like, I don't know, February last year. So yeah, I can already link the summer because I think I started with the summer collection last year, and then we've been doing this for a year now. Then next palette is second newest palette in my collection. I've had this palette for 4 days now. And this is the Moonshroom palette by Lunar Beauty. This is my second Lunar Beauty palette that I've ever owned, and the only palette that I currently have in my collection, because I've had the Siren Sunset palette, loved that one, but decided to give it to a friend because it wasn't completely my collection. It was pretty, but it wasn't completely me. It had too much neutral shades. But this one, first of all, the packaging is like gorgeous. I don't. They released it in the spring. For me, this is like a autumn color story, but I can also see myself using this a lot all year round. And since it's a new palette, I decided to put it here because why not? I can do that. She is beautiful. I've already filmed my 3 looks with this palette, and I don't know if this is the next video that's coming up afterwards, or if I'm gonna go with another review first, because I don't know. We'll see what I'm gonna end up doing. Who knows? But this is the Moonshroom palette. I love her, and there are a lot of really fun shades. So you have this really bright kind of yellowy shade that I love. This one is kind of like a greeny blue kind of like, I don't know, it reminds me of water. Then you have a lot of like really bright kind of goldy shades in here. So yeah, you can definitely use this in summer a lot, and I'm also gonna use it a lot in autumn. But yeah, since it was released not that long ago, I just decided to put it here, and I've used I've used this one 3 times so far. So I still kind of have to like review it a little bit more. By the way, I got this really cute mug. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you, but it's shaped like a heart. It's so cute. I got it from my mom, and it's like the cutest thing. Another new palette in my collection. This is the palette that I was reviewing before the Moonshroom palette, and that's the Spring Magic palette by Unearthly Cosmetics. I love this palette. This is my new favorite Unearthly palette. I already have the Devour palette, the Fall Magic palette, and the Lore palette. So this is 4th palette from Unearthly that I've ever owned, and this is my favorite. It is so beautiful. The shimmers are stunning. They're not the most sparkliest. They're not the sparkliest in my collection, but they are very, very beautiful and everyday wear, and they don't crease, which I love about Unearthly, that their shadows don't crease, even the multichromes and duochromes. And I like that for this palette they've added some like light shimmers and light mattes, because the other palettes that I have from them are either like mid-toned or deeper, and I don't really have anything light to add. And yeah, I'm very happy that this one has these shades. And I know this is called Spring Magic, but first of all, I just got it because like it takes forever to ship this in Europe and get it in Europe. I actually got it from a friend of mine who decided that she doesn't need this palette in her collection. But I love her, especially like the greeny blues. They are so perfect for summer, and even some of the pinks. I usually tend to go for pinks in summer and spring. Like sometimes I get the rush to do that. Normally I don't really wear pinks throughout the year, but there's something about spring and summer that always inspires me to use them. So yeah, I love, love, love this palette, and this is second palette that I'm gonna bring to my vacation. And I think with this and the Ireland palette, I will probably only gonna bring like a couple Terra Moon singles to top it off, and then like I'm gonna be good with that because they're just perfect and I love them. So this the Spring Magic palette, I've used her 6 times. So again, she's fairly new in my collection. I didn't have that much time. Like I literally finished filming with this palette, used her 3 more times, and I was already reviewing the Moonshroom palette. So I don't have that many uses in them yet, but I hope that the releases will slow down these days and I will have like time to properly try them and like make my mind about these and just really use them. So yeah. Then number four in this collection video is the Udens Eye Salmon 2 eyeshadow palette. This palette launched at the end of, it was end of summer and it wasn't last year, so it's already 2 years old, right? Yes, it's 2 years old. Yeah, because I've been using Odin's Eye for 3 years now. So this is gonna be 2 years at the end of summer. I think it launched like at like August, I wanna say. And I bought it at the time where I had like, I don't know, 6 eyeshadow palettes. Like I know that I had the Urban Decay Naked Honey, Naked Cherry. Then I had the Natasha Denona Mini Nude. I think I've had like one Too Faced palette. I had the Hella palette. And this was like a 6th palette that I've owned. Like, at that time. So I got some pretty good uses in her. As you can see, she already has 3. Is it 3? Yes, 3 pans in her. She's been used and abused. She's not that great anymore. Like I definitely can tell that she's been better when I got her. Like she's getting old, but she still works, and I'm still gonna use her at least for 1 more year. We'll see if next summer she's still gonna be fit to use. But for now, I'm still using her, and maybe we're gonna be able to create a couple more bands in her. But this is the Solmone palette. She's beautiful. You have like the yellowy oranges, you have the blues, you have a couple of purples that are like really fun, especially for like party or something evening related outside. I really like these shades. They're super fun. Love all the tones. And again, this is like a little bit more edited version of a rainbow palette. And I love these tones. I love them so, so, so much. I've used this palette 61 times. So yeah, this is how it looks like when you use a palette 60 times and more. She's been abused, but she's wonderful and I really love her. And now we're getting to top 3. So number 3, I've decided to go for a palette that I don't have for that long. I think I've had her for like 2 months, maybe it's 3 months now. And it's a brand that I've never tried before, and that's the Glam Shop Sorbetti. Obviously, this is very summery palette, like ice cream and sorbet is like very summery thing. And this is how she looks like. She's so light, she's so bright. She has all of these very iridescent, fun multi-chromes, duochromes, and shimmers that are just yummy. They're yummy, they're wet looking, they're sparkly, they're magical. If you want to be like a summer fairy, go for this. It's wonderful. I think this is like 22 euros or 25 or something like that. It's a very inexpensive palette. Or wait, no, I think it was less than that. I don't remember how much this was. But because I was converted to like my currency, but yeah, it's very inexpensive, very beautiful. You have 8 shimmers and 4 mattes, 2 like neutral shades if you like neutral crease, and 2 very bright shades that are very summery, like these yellowy pinks and like orangey purples are very much a summery thing. And the shimmers in here are to die for. I will link all of these videos on pretty much all of these palettes except like the Tinkerbell and the Solmona. I have a review, so down in the description you will see the eyeshadow palette name. Then in the brackets there will be like a link where you can shop them if they are available still, and then underneath there's gonna be my me using those palettes in all videos that I did about them. So you will get all of these links down below, and some of them, some of the newer ones, I will also put in these cards. So I'll definitely link all of that, and if you want to see what looks I've created and like swatches and everything, you can go ahead and check them out. But this one is amazing. I love her. I love using her. It's kind of like a companion palette for me because those shimmers are just like, when I have a palette that has boring shimmers, I tend to go for this palette to like add the shimmer and the fun into it. And I've used this palette 10 times. Again, I've been just reviewing a lot, so I don't have that many uses in the newer palettes. Then, number 2 is a palette that I literally opened today. I got it delivered 2 days ago, but I wasn't here. And I've been able to only film. I've been only able to do one look, which is the one that I'm wearing. And it's the Colourpop and Pokemon Palette Down eyeshadow palette. She's so good. Like, look at that. Look at that. She's beautiful. Um, I think the next video that I'm gonna upload will be the review of this palette. So I think I'm gonna finish filming with her on Sunday, and then either on Sunday or on Monday I will upload the review. This is how the palette looks like. This is the bag. And as I said, I only used her once, so I can't really speak about the quality too much. I do think that this is like the typical Colourpop quality, the good Colourpop quality. Like, I don't think that it has a bad shades here, and I was very surprised by the quality of the glitter. So you have like this yellow glitter, this pinky glitter, and then this purpley glitter, and they're nice. They're actually like a glitters that I wouldn't mind using. And here you can see like the inside and the shades. It's a very beautiful kind of like exciting and fun rainbow palette. It goes from light to dark. It's exactly what I like. It's super super bright. I am so happy that Colourpop finally released a palette that is just colors, like no neutrals mixed in there. I mean, okay, maybe you have like this top and then this shade, but that's about it. And like there's no other neutral shades. It's all very much a colorful palette, and thank you for that. I've been waiting for a colorful palette for so long. I was kind of hoping that they're gonna re-release the Wings palette because I really wanted that one, and I didn't get it when it launched. And you know, I want colorful palettes from Colourpop. I mean, it's in their name. Like, please go with this. And I'm also really surprised how small this palette is. Like, this has 24 shades, right? 6, 12, yeah, 24 shades. And it's actually not that big. Like, here is my hand for reference, or like my head. It's not that big of a palette. And she's beautiful. So yeah, only use her once. Can't really give you like a full review. We'll see for the next 2 days how she's gonna fare. But where else would you put this other than summer eyeshadow palette collection? She's just perfect, and I hope I'm gonna get a lot of uses out of this one because I love Pokemon so 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 much. And I think I'm gonna use her with the Sorbet palette quite a bit because this one, I mean, Glam Shop has really wonderful shimmers. So that's for Colourpop, and then the winner of this collection. This is a palette that I already had in my spring collection, but I don't know, this is a palette that I feel like is spring and summer appropriate. I think this was released at the end of spring last year, or did I received it at the end of spring last year? I'm not sure, but I know I've been playing with her a lot throughout last summer, and I love her. And the theming of this is definitely summery because it kind of has like cupcakes, ice cream, and candy theme, and that's the Cosmic Brushes Delicious Delights palette. Like, first of all, this has a perfect color story and the best quality of shadows out of all of these palettes. Maybe like, I mean, the Unearthly palette is also really good, but I love the shimmers here slightly more because they're more poppy. Um, yeah, but like quality wise, this is the best palette out of all of them, so I had to put her at number one. And also just the color selection, again, not too big of a palette, but you have such a wide selection. And even though this is a pastel palette, you also have a couple of darker shades. I've been able to do like a couple like darker looks with this as well. And you have some really nice shimmers. There's not too many shimmers, but you can definitely add a couple more shades from like different palettes. And this palette is so nice. Like, I even liked my all matte looks with her, and I pretty much never wear all matte looks, but this one kind of inspired me to try it, and I do really like the all matte looks that I've created with this one. She's just wonderful. She's very inexpensive. Like, Cosmic Brushes are a brand that has impeccable quality, beautiful, beautiful packaging, and a really nice price. Like, I don't know, I think these are like, are they £20? I haven't shopped from Cosmic Brushes since the winter release, the Winter Wonderland, and that was like November, I want to say. So I'm not completely sure, but they're very inexpensive for the amount of shades you get in here. Like, they always have a 20 pence. This is wonderful price. Do you know if they're gonna have some kind of release? Because they haven't had one since the Winter Wonderland palette. And I'm kind of like hoping for another, because last year they had new release every like 3 months or so. And now it's been half a year. And I know that when they released the Gothic palette in Halloween, they also sneak peeked that there's gonna be like an angel themed one, or like, you know, a sister that's light in theming. So where's that palette? Do you know something about Cosmic Brushes and like what they're doing? Because I pretty much the only posts that they have are like when they're doing giveaway or when they have restock. So do you know about other releases? Because I don't watch their stories every single day, because like sometimes I just don't open my Instagram, and I know sometimes they like sneak peek something in their stories. So if you know something, could you let me know? Because I really want another palette from them. They're becoming my obsession at this point. So yeah, this one had to win. She's the best. I love her, and I use her all year round. I always dip in her when I want a really fun, like a pastel shade. So so good. I've used this one 26 times. She's amazing. She's amazing. I'm sorry. I need her in my life. I will never be able to get rid of her. Like, even if I would do like the rootless of rootless decolors, I'm never getting rid of this one. Ever. That's for sure. And I feel like if I get rid of all of if I would get rid of all of my palettes and only leave this one, I would kind of be sad. Like, maybe I would want a couple more like grungy greens in my life, but I would be able to survive with this one. So those are all the 10 palettes that we're gonna be focusing on in the next 3 months, and that I'm gonna be like showing a lot on my Instagram and like going through them and using them, and you know, just having fun with these. And then also the two honorable mentions, which were also in my spring eyeshadow palette collection, and that's why I haven't put them here, but I feel like I can mention them. It's the Sweet as Can Be eyeshadow palette from Colourpop, and in the collaboration with Winnie the Pooh. This is adorable palette. This palette launched 2 years ago. Like, I'm pretty sure it was spring 2 years ago. She's really pretty. I think I've already used her like 40 times. I really do love her. She's not the best quality, but she's just so cute, and again, very wearable. I feel like this one is even more summery than the Tinkerbell palette for some reason, but yeah, but I want to ban the Tinkerbell one, so I decided to go for that one. But yeah, this one is also really, really cute and sweet. And I had this palette on my summer vacation last year and I was really happy with this one. I think I only took this and then like a quad of singles, if I remember that correctly. And it was like a 4-day summer vacation and I was very happy with the looks that I created. They were kind of more basic, but I can go just with this palette. She's small, she's compact, and she's perfect. And then kind of similar palette but like better because you have like the greens, yellows, and pinks in this palette as well, but they're just a lot better quality and just a lot more user friendly and like just better in all aspects. And that's the Hella palette by Udin's Eye in collaboration with Angelica Nyquist. This palette launched 2 years ago as well. 3 years ago, 2 years, 2 years ago, right? I'm not tripping. Um, I'm sorry, but Hella. Okay, if I only have Hella and the Delicious Delight, I'm good for life, or at least for the next like 2 years. Then maybe I would start like running low of these. But for the foreseeable future, if I only had these two palettes, I would be good. Like I would definitely survive. So yeah, this is how the Hella looks like. She's gorgeous. I've been using her. Well, I only use her like 3 or 4 times throughout the spring, but I usually really get excited to use her in the summer. So I felt like I should have put her here, but also she's not on my project pan, and other palettes in this collection are like newer and more exciting, and I've already put Hella in like at least 4 or maybe even 5 of these seasonal collection videos. So I feel like I can't put her in every single one of them. You would be really angry at me, especially since you can't get this one anymore. But yeah, she is stunning and I love her and I will never get rid of her. And she's perfect, and she's also like a palette that I would always bring to vacation, or I use her for work and all these kind of things because she's my favorite and she's exactly what I want in a palette. So yeah, this one deserves to be here as well. But since you can't buy her, and I know for a lot of people this is kind of like a stab in the heart or back or something because of these reasons, because of the fact that you can't buy her. I didn't want it to put her here as like the one of the 10 palettes. Anyways, I can't speak anymore, so these are all the palettes that we're gonna be working with in the next 3 months. Let me know if you have any of them or if you want to get any of them. And let me know what are your picks for summer. Like what are your either favorite summer palettes or palettes that really inspire you in the summer. You know, definitely let me know down below, especially if you have something that I don't have in my collection. I'm always very happy to learn about new palettes and new options and all that good stuff. So definitely let me know down below. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I'll be very happy to see you in my next video. And definitely stay tuned for the Pokemon palette collection, Pokemon palette review and the Moonshroom palette review. They're both coming and hopefully I'm gonna release them soon. This next week it's gonna be really hard for me. I'm having like final exams at my school, but like at the uni, but hopefully I will take like 30 minutes off and like edit the video because I'm already like halfway there, so hopefully I'm gonna be able to edit that and upload it for you. Anyways, that's it from me. Have a great day and see you later. Bye.